All right, so when you hear the word commandments, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's probably, heavy chains, this long list of burdensome rules that are all about restriction. But what if that's not what they're about at all? In this explainer, we're going to look at a totally different way to see them. Not as burdens, but as something more like a roadmap for the soul, something designed to lead us to a really full and healthy life. So let's dive in. So, this one sentence from Jesus, it's pretty much the key that unlocks this whole idea. If you love me, you will obey my commandments. It completely reframes everything. Suddenly, obedience isn't about some kind of reluctant duty, right? It's a natural expression of love. And that connection, that's the whole foundation. It's telling us that this isn't about blind rule following. It's about actions that just flow from love. And the amazing part is, those actions are designed to be good for us, for our minds and our souls. So this is the big shift in perspective we're talking about. On one side, you've got this old idea, commandments as heavy chains, just weighing you down. But on the other side, you've got this new vision, instructions for a healthy soul. Think of it like a user's manual for living your best life. So, okay, let's crack open that manual and see what's inside. All right, so the first section of this manual is all about action. These commands are really direct invitations from Jesus to get involved in our own transformation, to get unstuck and move toward healing and wholeness. Okay, think about that story of the wedding at Cana. Jesus doesn't just, snap his fingers and poof, wine. No, he tells the servants to do something. Fill these jars, now draw some out. It's a call for us to actively participate. It shows that real change needs us to do our part, even if it's just taking one simple, practical step. And then there's this one. It's so direct, so powerful. Stop making my Father's house a marketplace. This is a command to stop a behavior that's messing up something sacred. And if you think about it psychologically, it's really about setting healthy boundaries. It's about cleaning out our own inner temple, our minds, our hearts, and getting rid of the junk that contaminates it. This moment is just so powerful, isn't it? Jesus' command here is all about personal agency. He's not just passively healing the man, he's inviting him to own his new life. He's basically saying, hey, that mat that used to define your whole identity, pick it up, it's yours now, but you're walking away transformed. And this one? This is a brilliant example of how community plays a role in healing. Look, Jesus gives 3 distinct commands. First, to the community. Take the stone away. Remove the barrier. Then to Lazarus. Come out. Embrace your new life. And then right back to the community. Untie him. Help set him free. It's a total team effort. So what's the thread that ties all of these action commands together? It often comes down to this simple, direct instruction, usually given right after a healing. Stop sinning. And what that really means is break the patterns. Break the behaviors that are keeping you stuck, that keep you paralyzed or trapped. It's the essential next step for any real transformation to last. Okay, so we've seen the commands that are all about external actions. Now let's go a level deeper and look at the internal framework. These next guides are less about what we do and more about how we think, how we feel, and crucially, how we relate to each other. And this is the absolute heartbeat of the whole framework, the new commandment. And let's be clear, this is so much more than just be nice to people. It's this radical call to love others with the exact same kind of love he showed us. This one idea becomes the guiding star, the true north for every single decision, every interaction. And to help us actually live out that new commandment, Jesus gives us these incredible psychological anchors. These are direct instructions for our inner world. Things like believe in God, that's a foundation for trust, or do not be worried. That's basically a direct strategy for managing anxiety. And remain in my love, that points to a source of stability that doesn't just vanish when things get tough. Every single one of these is a practical tool for building a resilient mind. Okay, so this ancient wisdom is amazing, but how do we actually apply it to our crazy modern lives? Let's boil it all down into 3 really practical tips. Think of it as a mental health roadmap for right now. So here are the 3 big takeaways, and they come straight from the commands we've been talking about. First, we'll talk about practicing secure attachment. Second, shifting to true standards. And third, what it means to move your mat today. All right, tip number 1, practice secure attachment. In psychology, that's that feeling of being safe and connected.
And when Jesus says, remain in me, that's exactly what he's talking about. So the tip here isn't to try harder or produce more results. It's just to focus on remaining, on staying connected to what grounds you, to your source of peace. You do that, and the rest will start to fall into place.
Okay, tip 2 is about shifting to true standards. We can be our own worst critics, can't we? So this command to stop judging by external standards is a direct shot at that inner voice. So next time you're feeling like a failure because you're not measuring up to whatever the world says you should be, just stop and ask a different question. Ask, am I trying to act with love? Am I being honest? That's the standard that actually matters for your mental health.
And finally, tip number 3, move your mat. This one is for anyone out there who just feels completely overwhelmed or paralyzed. Remember, Jesus didn't just heal the man, he gave him one small manageable thing to do. So if your life feels like way too much right now, don't try to fix everything at once. Just find one mat, one small task, one single responsibility, and just do that. You'll be amazed how small movements can break a big paralysis.
So we've covered a lot. Commands for action, a framework for our inner lives. But what's the point of it all? What's the ultimate goal here? Why follow this roadmap? Well, the answer might not be what you think. It's not just about being a good person. This right here is the why. He says it himself. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. The whole point of this roadmap, of loving him, of following these commandments, isn't about restriction. It's the total opposite. It's about complete joy. That's not me putting a spin on it. That's the explicitly stated destination of this whole journey. So that really brings us back to our big question. After all this, after seeing them as a roadmap for healing, for relationships, for our own mental health, what do you think? Are commandments weights that hold you down, or are they wings designed to help you fly? And in the end, that's the ultimate promise, isn't it? That if you follow this path, a path that starts with love, it leads you to a profound truth about how to live. And that truth, well, as we've seen, it's not meant to tie you up in knots. It's meant to set you free.